Hi, this is Dan Greenfield from 13th Dimension. We're doing something a little bit different today with a video review of Batman, a celebration of the classic TV series by Bob Garcia and Joe Desris. This is by Titan Books and is going to be out on November 29th, 2016. This book has been delayed for a period of time. I first caught a glimpse of it about a year and a half ago, but finally it's here. And we're doing this because there's so much in this book that even though I've written 2 reviews at the site 13th Dimension, there's so much more to cover. So I don't want to spoil anything for the vast majority of the readers who are going to want to get this book, but I do want to show some of the overall highlights from it. Okay, first, one of the great things is the removable bat utility belt sash, so you get a full picture of Adam West and Burt Ward as Batman and Robin right off the bat. Intro, and I'll go all the way through and you'll just see kind of what I'm looking at. Early on, it's about, of course, how the show was created, and then you start really getting into the more colorful stuff with the screen tests, the casting, Adam West there. But there's also all sorts of really terrific, rare material. Some of the stuff you've seen before, but what's great about this is that it's all in one place. The photos really sell it. Plus, there's great information by the researchers. I'll cut right here, for example, to the Batmobile. You'll see one of the early sketches of George Barris's design shop. Looks slightly different based on the Ford Futura. A little bit sleeker, lower to the ground, but still it's a concept shot. And really, as you go along, there's some brilliant stuff. I love this picture. I wish I had a t-shirt of that. Also, it's worth taking a look at. Now, recently, there were some Leslie Thomas concept sketches that made the rounds on the internet. Well, there are even more in here. So if you see here, for example, this is from the 3rd season episode where the Joker and the Catwoman meet up. Really beautiful illustrations. Again, for example, here, this is from that same episode where in the kitty car, Catwoman comes and picks up the Joker at jail. And then, of course, you have the actual images of the car itself. A lot of behind-the-scenes pictures here. Again, you can see more of this at the website, 13th Dimension. I don't want to give it all away here. Here's the Bat Cycle. There's also the original Batgirl cycle, which was only in the presentation video, not actually used on the show, which is this one. You've got the Bat Boat and the Bat Copter, which, as I mentioned in the review, gets a little bit of short shrift. You get some pictures, but it's still in operation, so I wanted to make sure that I note that. And some great material on Batgirl, including this magnificent picture by Pat Bardo. This is a costume design sketch of Batgirl, of course, based on the comic book design. And over here is another Leslie Thomas design of Batgirl's lair. I particularly like over here how you see the different colored wigs and masks, so maybe they had a different idea of how they were going to disguise her, or maybe that's just for show. But I think that that's interesting as well. The main thing that I have a complaint about, if I would even call it a complaint, it's that there's not really that much about the movie. This really is about the TV show. That's partially because of the rights. There are still some rights issues of the show versus the movie. So this really does focus on the show itself. I also would have liked to have seen a little bit more about the pop culture implications of the show. It's in there, but it's more woven in as opposed to showing a lot of like the merchandise and what have you. If you haven't seen enough, like I said, go to 13thdimension.com. Go check out the reviews that I wrote there. I've already written 2, and just covering a lot of the imagery of the book. One last thing to note, it's available again on November 29th, so it's perfect for the holiday season, either for yourself or for that Bat fan in your family. So once again, thank you. This is Dan Greenfield from 13th Dimension. Have a good evening.